For example, let me tell you about my story. I'll tell you about my son, Tyler. When a child is born, parents always have great dreams for them. There is unlimited potential. We are excited to see how they will fulfill it. So it was with Tyler, who is now a young adult. My wife and I are very proud of him. Tyler is alive thanks to not one, but 3 organ donations. Without them, I would be standing here to tell you a story of a life lost, not a life saved. Tyler was born with a defective liver when he was very young. It became apparent that without a transplant, he would die. The liver is a remarkable organ that can regenerate itself. That means that a transplant can be from a liver donor or a live donor. That is, if the two are compatible. With any surgery, there are risks. And 20 years ago, liver surgery were much, much riskier than it is today. No one undergoes such a procedure without much thought beforehand. I was a compatible donor. Would I risk my life to allow my son to live? Of course I would. And the operation was a success. That though is not the end of the story. The first transplant did not last. On Christmas Eve, 2003, it looked like Tyler's time had run out. His life expectancy was now days, perhaps hours. I was not allowed to make a second donation. Almost miraculously, a liver became available from a Quebec man who had just died. We were told it was not a perfect solution. It would only buy time. But time was what we were desperately looking for. After a decade, that liver also began to fail. One more time, we entered the medical system. Our emotions are a mixture of hope and fear. There were no guarantees. We knew the statistics. We knew the odds. And as we had done before, we prayed for a miracle. Once again, a grieving family offered a loved one's organ for the good of the community, and a match was made. Today, we are so grateful to have a healthy son. There's no sufficient words with any language to express the gratitude that my wife Liz and we still have the feel for the anonymous donors who saved Tyler's life. Our family's experience is not unique, but there are not enough available organs to meet the need. Bill C-210 seeks to alleviate that. When Tyler first began having problems, I became aware of the unmet need for organ donations in Canada. There are literally thousands of people waiting for the telephone call that will change their lives and the lives of the families around them. Tragically, for more than 200 Canadians every year, the time runs out before the phone call comes forward.